2 years ago today, one story was dominating headlines around the world. The death of Alexei Navalny, Russia's most prominent opposition figure, had died in suspicious circumstances in a remote penal colony. In Munich at the weekend, the UK and European allies announced the results of an investigation which has found that the Kremlin's most vocal critic was killed using a poison developed from a dart frog toxin. Now, I've looked through today's Russian papers. I see no mention of Mr Navalny, neither the anniversary of his death nor the claims about the poison. Instead, Komsomolskaya Pravda is giving out free packets of seeds so you can grow your own cucumbers. The government paper, Rossiyskaya Gazeta, is emphasizing divisions in the West and claiming Russian success in its war in Ukraine, but no mention of Alexei Navalny. Several of the Russian papers this morning accuse Europe of trying to prolong the war in Ukraine. Izvestia claims that at the Munich Security Conference, overall, the Europeans looked like reactionaries, backing a continuation of the debilitating conflict in Ukraine and a tough line on Russia. The Rossiyskaya Gazeta claims that Munich laid bare the whole spectrum of contradictions between those in the West. Nezavisima Gazeta, the cracks in the Euro-Atlantic relationship that followed the ending of the Cold War, which reformatted security priorities in US foreign policy, have under Trump become a wide gulf which is no longer possible to overcome. The point of no return has been reached. And in the same paper, this opinion piece concludes, the current values of the US and the EU do not coincide, which raises the question, if that's so, what is NATO there to protect? Should the Americans go along with defending alien values that are flourishing in Europe? Now to what's happening inside Russia, and this editorial in Nezavisima Gazeta entitled "The Ministry of Culture is Opening a Pandora's Box." From the 1st of March, a ban on the distribution of films that discredit Russian spiritual and moral values takes effect in Russia. In Russia, they plan to introduce a truly unique practice. Now absolutely any citizen will be able to complain about a film or a TV series that allegedly discredits traditional values. All they have to do is write a complaint with a link to the video and send a message to the Ministry of Culture, and this will become the basis for an unscheduled inspection. Owners of social networks and video services will be required to block content in a day under threat of sanctions at the demand of Roskomnadzor, the state communications regulator. What we are witnessing is the legalization of denunciation and the introduction of an open and institutionalized form of state censorship. Onto the economy, Rossiyskaya Gazeta reports that in Russia petrol prices are rising, despite this being the season of low demand. Utility bills are rising too. In house chat groups, people continue to emotionally discuss the bills they've been getting. In some cases, these utility bills have doubled since last year. Moskovsky Komsomolets prints a joke about this. Soon, when paying your utility bill, you'll get a call from the bank checking that you're not transferring such a large sum of money to fraudsters.